this is not going to be one of my normal videos. I'm going to be talking about money. I know I don't talk about that a lot in this channel, but I believe some of you might be interested. There's this thing that I tried and I think it's worth sharing with you guys. It's called Ndovu. Ndovu is a platform, or rather a company, a Kenyan company that has provided, there might be several other such companies, but this one has given us an opportunity to invest in global financial markets. You know, you guys have heard about S&P 500 or I don't know, all those things out there. And yeah, they have other products like, you know, here's their website. Am I screen recording this? Okay. Code. Yeah, I think we're good. Now, Ndovu here is their website, ndovu.co. Yeah, just that, ndovu.co. Ndovu, elephant. Ndovu is a platform that, as you can see, says gives you a simple way to invest in global financial markets. And by the way, disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't consider this video financial advice. YouTube is where you broadcast yourself. That's what they called it long ago. And this is where we share what we experience. So this is just my experience. If you decide to go into it, know that there's risks associated with investing and know that your money could go down the drain. You could actually lose your hard-earned money. Now, I was talking about other products that Ndovu offers. But what I'm interested in sharing with you, what I tried in this video, is these investment funds. They're a little bit exciting, I think, and I'm going to be explaining them in this video. And this is how their app looks like. Password, let me just log in quickly. And they're actually quite secure, I should say, because every time you log in, they actually send you a code via email that you should input before they actually let you in. This will be one of those jumbled up videos because I'm just speaking as we go. I've not like structured stuff because this is 2024 now. On the app over here, you can come to invest and you'll see that Ndovu here offers savings and fixed returns. They're not interested in that for today. We have here money markets and commodities. You see equity like Salama. And I'm going to be explaining these things in a nutshell. I don't have a financial degree or anything, just like some sort of doctor for those of you who know me, but these things are simple and you can understand these things. Then we have technology funds that are in dollars, like these microchips. You can see the techie. Then you have here some other global funds like these halal, you know, healthcare, blue chip, and so on. And I'll just take one as an example. Let's look at this called the techie. This is what I invested in. This is what would be called like an index fund. An index fund in layman language, and you know I'm a layman, so maybe I can explain to you, fellow laymen, how I understand this is a product that a company offers that sort of matches or tracks the performance of several shares or companies in the market. Let's take an example. In Kenya, we have the Nairobi Stock Exchange. You could decide to go to NSE and say you want to invest in banks because, you know, banks, even when there's COVID, even when there's whatever, they tend to always make profit. I don't know why. I think they're just stealing from us. Anyway, so basically you can decide that now I'm going to be buying Equity Bank stocks. And you walk over to NSE, you don't have to go there physically. Nowadays, there are apps. There's so many ways you can buy these shares and stocks and invest in them. You can also decide you also want KCB, you also want I&M, you also want NCBA, you also want Coop Bank, all these banks. Instead of buying the shares individually from one bank, is it possible to just have one fund that if I invest in that fund, like if I actually buy some piece of that fund or I deposit my money in that fund, whatever way you understand this, I will have bought shares from all the banks. Now, you see, shares are some sort of like betting. You're hoping that the stock will go up, then you'll sell at some profit. But here, if you invest in an index fund is like this fund that actually tracks all those banks together instead of just a single bank. So if you invest in that fund, instead of like betting on one company, instead of like betting on Equity or KCB or Coop Bank, you bet on the market, you know? Equity might make losses and your shares might go down. Bank might, you might hear the CEO has, done this and that, so their shares go plummeting down. But if you invest in all of them, you are betting on the market. It's rare, really very, very rare for all of them to actually like go down. So that's the concept behind, like, you see things like S&P 500 that tracks like 500 companies. Really, chances are somehow the market always wins. So it's nearly impossible really to make a loss if you invest in such a manner. So an index fund gives you like a nice passive investment strategy. You don't have to go there every day and try, okay, should I sell equity today? I hear next week they are going to do this. Should I buy I&M today? I hear they're... No, 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 no. You just place your money there. All those stocks are bought somehow, and you wait. You sit and wait. That is where Ndovu comes in. And Ndovu, as you can see, exposes you, creates you, gives you index funds that you can invest in. In Kenya, for example, you can see here that there's a money market fund. They call it Salama. And the good thing with Ndovu, they even tell you the risk level. Like over time, over history, you can see that this Salama is known to be conservative. Like, it's low risk, but most times this low risk stuff also have low returns. And you can also see here that they give you some information about historical performance, like how this fund has performed in the past. You can see that it made a 9.9% profit in the last year. And even who manages this fund, you can see here, this is Zimele Money Market Fund by Zimele Asset Management, or is it Zymil? I don't know. And there's links to documents like a fact sheet if you'd like. There's a prospectus. Now, I invested in like 4 funds. I'm going to give you an example of one that I invested in. It's this one called the Techie. And this one, the risk level, as you can see, is cautious. It's a bit higher risk than the other one that we've just seen. And you can see that this fund tracks some technology companies that are trading out there in the US in dollars. Like Salesforce, you can see we have Intel, who does not know Intel? Apple, iPhones, and so on. Microsoft, Visa, Nvidia makes GPUs. And you can see the historical performance of the fund even up to 10 years ago. Last year it did 20%, 3 years ago 28%, 5 years ago 26%. This is like the performance per year going back those years. And you can see that this fund is managed by Vanguard. Vanguard actually manages some of the biggest index funds out there. In a nutshell, Ndovu, this company, will somehow buy for you part of this fund from Vanguard. Let me share with you guys what happened to me. Now, if I come here to portfolio, you can see that currently I have nothing, 0 USD, because I sold everything. And these are the funds that I invested in. There's Halal, there's Chinese Dragons, there's the Techie that we've just been talking about, and Property Mogul. Now, I was just doing some sort of, trial experiment. So I didn't put in millions and millions of money. You can see that in Halal, I invested 77 USD and I withdrew 94 USD. So I made some 94 minus 77, close to 20, less than 20 USD. Chinese Dragons, I invested 228 USD. This one made a loss, sort of. I withdrew 214 USD. So I lost close to 14 USD. And you can see here that it has an expected yearly return of negative 4.76. So if you invest in this, chances are you might. But these things keep changing. You might invest in it and it somehow goes up. So right now, it's pointing down. The Techie, I think this is where I made some good money. You can see that I invested 153 USD and I withdrew 227 USD. And by the way, one thing that made me actually make some nice chunk of money is the time I was actually buying these things. I think the conversion rate for a USD to Kenyan shillings was around, okay, I bought them over time, not just once, but on average was like probably in the 110s, 120s. But when I was going to sell them, Woo. USD was hitting 160, 150 shillings. So yeah, I think I also sort of basically just invested in USD apart from investing in the index funds. I basically bought and sold dollars. Bought dollars at a cheaper rate and sold them at a higher rate. So there's that. Anyway, you can see that I made some 50, in fact, more than 50. I made some close to 70 USD from this, the Takey. And in property mogul, I invested only like 38 USD and got back my 38 USD. So here I made nothing. And you can see that it's pointing down. So in a nutshell, if I would have kept this money in these funds for a longer time, say 5 years, I'd probably make more money. And that is how index funds work. Now, how do you buy these funds? If you just go over here on this Ndovu app, it's very simple. Just click this invest button and you choose whatever fund you'd like to invest in, be it gold. There's even gold, real gold. This fund tracks the price of gold. Gold is a good thing, isn't it? Anyway, you just come here, choose whatever fund you want to invest in. And yeah, once this loads, you come over here, you just tell them how much money you want to invest. And I think the minimum you can put in is $50 if I'm not wrong. And you just click invest. You pay actually via M-Pesa if you'd like to, or whatever other method of payment you'd select. And it's that simple, and you sit and wait. So this is one of the ways you can actually make your money work for you than storing it in or under a mattress. Thank you guys for watching. If you'd like more of such content, talk to me in the comment section down below, because I've not made any such video. I'd like to know whether you guys are actually interested in seeing more. But if you'd just like to watch me and my other videos that talk about other interesting stuff, here is one. Is it here or here? One of these places. Click here or click here. Yeah, and see you in the next one. As always, no pressure.